In this lesson, we want to explain soft selection mode in selecting elements of the object. To do this, we insert a plane in a detail section of the viewport. Select the ground shading line to show the lines of the parametric object. We increase the number of the lines a bit from the object setting in a segment section for having more polygons or point or edges elements when we convert the parametric object to an editable one. Okay. Now in a point mode, select a point in the middle of object or anywhere that you want and move it with the move tool. As you can see, only that point moves. But if we enable its soft selection in the setting of the move tool and in a soft selection tab, the display mode of the object is different. As you can see, the rest of the points are pulled up. We have a spherical shape here. The middle of it is full of the color and fades when it reaches the edges. Now in the common setting, we can set and change form of this selection. Falloff. In this section, we can select the type of soft selection. Linear mode. This is linearly move from the original location to the end of the selection radius, which you can increase or decrease from the radius, as you can see. This is the radius of the soft selection. Zoom mode. You must first Ctrl Z and then move the point again. As you can see, its icon is drawn next to the edge mode, and the selection is like a zoom. Okay. Ctrl Z, and the bell mode is also looks like a bell. The next state is circle, like this, and the next is a needle. It's like a needle shape. The vertex map, we explain it later, and a spline mode. As you can see, a section is activated to draw a selection curve. You can draw any form you want in this plane. Note that these type of the windows where you can draw curves and use them to control the comments in the software are everywhere in software. We will have a separate lesson to explain their settings. But here, there are two general parts, two general axes, X and Y. The X axis, which is from 0 to 1, that is from the center of the selection to the end of the selection radius. The Y-axis means the power of the comment from 0 to 100. You can specify the change of the power of comment in the strength slider here. Now grab this point and move it, and you can see the change in selection. And you can add a point by holding Ctrl and click on a curve. As you can see, we can draw any form we want. Okay, for example, we create a shape of a mountain. You can use this handle to change. Okay. Okay. First axis means 0 power here. As we go to the peak, the power increases, and again as we go down, and at the end of the radius of soft selection, the power of the comment decrease again. And you can see in the preview mode here. And to delete these points, easily hit delete from the keyboard. You can also disable the preview option, okay, so that this mode is not displayed. Rubber option activates the option to make a selected points elastic, like this. Restrict option to restrict the selection to the same selected location. Okay. Mode option that includes all, center, or group. To better understand this case, let us give an example to you. Disable a preview option. Using the live selection tool, we can select several polygons, hold shift to select several separated area. Okay. Now re-enable the preview. If the selection area is large, reduce its radius. And the default mode is all. Each region is individually selected as a soft selection. Center mode, by activating it, as you can see, the software calculates the average of all selected area and selects an area in the middle. The group mode is the same as the all mode, but selection radius is more limited to the selected polygons. Surface option. To better understand this case, we give you an example. We exit the soft selection mode. Using the live selection tool, we select several polygons. If the selection radius is small, increase it from the side section. Hold shift to select several separated areas. And with the extrude tool, we give them height. To do this, hold the control and drag them up with the move tool and repeat this several times. Don't be worried, all these steps will be explained in detail in the following lessons. This is just an example. Okay, now we return to live selection and select these top of the polygons, a few top polygons here. There is a soft selection option in the setting of all selection tool in the software. We activate it and we increase its radius a little. As you can see, it seems that the software ignored the height and elevation and applied this tool from above, like a spotlight. If you drag a selected location up, all part of the object will come up, and we do not want this. Now, if we enable the surface option, everything is fine. And the software understands the height and elevation. Okay. Vertex mode. To understand it, let us give an example. Of course, we use several tools in this example. We'll be explaining them all of them in detail in the lessons related to them. Okay, we insert a plane again and make it editable. Okay, then we enter a point mode and right click on free space of the scene, select the brush tool. And in settings, select the paint mode. Okay, and we can make its size a little bigger and start paint on the object. Okay, as you can see, the yellow color means that any comment that you want to execute is applied to this part completely. Here we mean the soft selection comment. Now reduce the strings and paint again. These parts that have less color, these comments are applied less. The red means no comment are applied to this area. We continue painting like this. Okay. Well, as you can see in the object manager, a tag was created, which means this paint was applied to this object. Click in empty space in object manager to exit the selection mode. Now, select object, then enter move tool and select the sub-selection mode. As you can see, instead of the selection area, the same paint that we created is displayed. We need to select all points with Ctrl A and drag them up. As you can see, it's executed exactly the same map. And this is about the vertex map mode.